Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the preview for the Chelsea game at Old Trafford. We've got the Boomer brothers, Sam and Chiv, here to help pick the fragile bones of this squad. Now, the last time we played Chelsea, lads, slapped them 4-1 at home. 4 different goal scorers, believe it or not. I know, crazy. And I'm sure we can all agree it's probably not going to go the same way this time round. And I know why you're putting a face there, Chiv, because I don't know if you're on the same thing there. But I was thinking 4-1 last season. I'm sure it was 1-0 because I went to the game at Old Trafford. But I had a look towards the end of last season. It was 4-1 at Old Trafford.
Who scored?
Casemiro, Martial, Bruno, and Rashford.
Huh.
Yeah. So 4 goals, 4-1. We beat them. But like I said, it doesn't have that feeling that it's going to be the same again, does it? Going into this, with all due respect to our form. What are we saying about this one, lads? Another tough fixture against a bag of surprises in Chelsea?
Chelsea are an issue, aren't they? Like, you don't know what to get with them because they've fallen to some mediocre teams. And then they had a fight back against Brighton, is it Sunday? Or was it Saturday, Brighton? Yeah.
Yeah.
So... I don't know what to expect from Chelsea. We could get a Chelsea who would actually blow us away with the form we're in, or we could get a Chelsea that just can't take the chances and it's struggled to defeat a 9-man Tottenham who were playing with a line all the way past the halfway line. So we could get anything from this Chelsea team. So I really, the only thing I'm confident in is that we're going to be shit. The Chelsea team, I have no idea what we're going to get. No clue.
It's a hard one because they put 3 past City.
Yep.
4.
3 or 4. 4. Yeah, and then they get absolutely slapped by Newcastle the following week. So I agree. You don't know what you're going to get with Chelsea. But then it's really not about them. Like Ole used to say, it's about us and what team we're going to put out. So yeah, you never know.
Well, whilst you kind of just sit on your thoughts, we have had just some breaking news. Let me just tune in here with. So we've had Sky Cavi. Sky Cavi's live for this breaking news. He's not got his shades on today. He couldn't find his shades, but he's somewhere. The news I'm receiving is that Eric Ten Hag has lost 50% of Manchester United's dressing room, and the players are fighting against him. Apparently, this is what's going out recently. 50% of snapping me penny of the dressing room. He's talking about Jadon Sancho. He's talking about.
He's serious.
I mean, deadly serious. This is what he said.
I thought it was.
Well, I'm taking the piss out of Sky Cavi because I just don't like him. But this is what he said. This is what he said on Sky Sports News. Like legit, going on about the dressing room. Does it feel like that to you too? Does it seem like it's going that way now? And again, we've seen this pattern before, haven't we? With similar players.
Yeah, but I'm sure did we speak about this? I mentioned it last time, and I think we spoke. But yeah, I agree 100%. It's clear that we're lacking team spirit, and the unity that we saw last season is not the same that we have at this point of the season now. Obviously, it stems from Jadon Sancho. It also, before Casemiro got injured, there was some friction there with the manager as well, and then with Varane. And then the whole, there's just a lot going on there. And when you have too many uncertainties in your team, too many unhappy players, it's bound to happen. It's definitely bound to happen when there's too many people that are not happy. You've got people like Donny van de Beek who is not sure if he's coming or going, And when you watch, the training sessions and all that, everyone still looks like, they're still happy, but you can tell, that's not a happy camp. And we saw it when we played Newcastle when the camera, went to the bench. You could see the way the players just sat there looking like it wasn't, it wasn't a team that is together. So there's clearly something there. But hopefully this result against Newcastle was a combination of everything. And if I'm going to give the manager a chance, it will be now. I know I said I already checked out, but if he doesn't take responsibility and grab, this manage whatever's happening right now. If we don't see anything in the Chelsea game, then I think that's it.
I don't know if you'd agree with this, Sam, but for me, it kind of already feels like it's heading towards that way anyway at the minute. And I think a pile-on of results that don't go our way, in particular that Liverpool game that comes up in 2 weeks, if we get slaughtered there, I think that could be Erik ten Hag's last game, depending on what happens. But also at the same time, we've seen this rodeo before, haven't we, in terms of players. It gets to a certain stage in the season, the second part of the season, it happened under Ole, it happened under the previous managers, where they're like, oh, the dressing room, there's leaks coming out, they don't like this manager, they're not committed, they're not doing this. Like, we've seen all this before, haven't we?
Yeah, it's same cycle, innit? Start off decently well, players buy into the idea, we have a couple of wobbly results, players decide, we're not having this manager, decide we're not going to try as hard, and then we're going to leak to the journalists and the newspapers that managers against the dressing room, he's turned the dressing room, we're training too hard, blah blah blah, all the same bullshit. Like it's the same cycle. And I think you put it in the chat a couple of days ago, there's some players who are still there from those times. There was 8 from Ollie's team, I believe, in that squad, 6 from Jose's, and then 4 from Van Gaal's still in the squad.
Something like
that.
I can't remember.
These are the same guys, man. Like, they haven't left. Martial's been here for 9 years. Still there. Still the same bullshit. Like, he's not going anywhere. Scott McTominay is still there. Like, the same people are still here, and it's not going to change while they're still at the club. Like, it's just not. These players aren't up for it. They haven't got the fight. They haven't got the will. They haven't got the fortitude to push through difficult circumstances, and we know it. We've seen it. They've dumped 4 managers. And people having a go at Erik ten Hag, which rightly so, because some of the decisions he has made are incorrect, I think, and some of the stuff he's done I don't agree with, and I think he should change. But those players have got to have a long hard look at themselves. Like Rashford, for example, in Newcastle, one of the worst performances I've ever seen. Absolutely diabolical. Scott McTominay, he had less touches than anybody on the pitch, didn't he? He had like 13 touches or something ridiculous. As a midfielder, like, what are you doing? What are you doing with 13 touches? Like, that's ridiculous for a midfielder. So I think a lot of these players are the same ones that threw Ollie under the bus, that threw Josie under the bus, that threw Louis van Gaal under the bus, and they're going to chuck Ten Hag under the bus as well. Because if he gets an absolute battering at Liverpool, forget Chelsea for a minute, if he gets an absolute battering at Liverpool, leaks will come out, players will be like, oh, he did that, blah, 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 and then he'll be gone. The pressure will get on 10-0 and they'll be gone. Especially if it's like a 6-7-0 or something like that. But yeah, that's where we're at as a team in a minute. Until 2 things change, until the structure changes, until the certain players are gone, we're not going to be able to see if this manager has what it takes to do what we expect of him. Because that's where we're at. Right?
I disagree a little bit. I disagree because last season showed us that these guys have what it takes to actually push us forward to succeed. I think in this season you can look at every single situation with all the managers in isolation. And I know I don't exactly subscribe to this theory of players throwing managers under the bus, because every single situation was different. Like, the manager loses. If so, let's look at Erik ten Hag, for example. Now, like, at the end of last season, did any of you think we'd be here talking about this?
No.
I don't think the players just got bored and just be like, you know what, we don't want to win anymore.
Probably not. Probably not. But performances did take a downturn towards the end of the season.
Go on, just finish your point and then we'll bring it.
Who, me or Sam? Me?
Yeah, Trevor, go on. Just finish your point.
Yeah. No, I think if you look at the manager, or if you look at everything that's happened this season, I think it's the manager's decisions that have led to what we're seeing right now. When we started last season and we had the 2 awful results against Brentford and Brighton, he changed things and he showed us that he could change things. He's not changed things now, and the more losses you get, the more we haven't played together as a proper team. We haven't really played well. I think it's just the one game. Was it against Palace or something? I think.
The cup, yeah.
Yeah, in the cup. Apart from then, we haven't played well. And apart from that, when you have issues in the dressing room and you don't address it, you leave. This is where you have terms like a virus and it starts to spread. And I think in this situation, even though the players have underperformed, I think the manager also has a big part to play in that, in terms of maintaining the harmony with the camp. Just decisions that he's made, I think. We can't always just go over just blanket the situation and say the players are chucking him under the bus. There is a reason for that. And I think I agree with a lot of things you said, Sam, but I think you can look at things in isolation and it's not always exactly the same picture.
No, there's multiple parts to it. Like, I agree, Ten Hag has made decisions and he's made things where I've gone, hey, like, I don't understand why you haven't changed this, why you haven't done this. Like, there's been stuff he is to blame for quite a few things that are going wrong. But I think to think that changing a manager is going to fix all these problems, it's not.
Yeah, no,
like this won't fix the problems. This is not going to fix the issues.
Yeah.
Just like only changing the players isn't going to fix the issues. Like you said, there's parts to it. Like, you have to fix the structure above him. Manager has to take responsibility and do certain things different, and then players have to change. Everything has to change altogether. Otherwise, we're just going to repeat. It's just same cycle. Just won't change.
If we talk about what Nick said about what Cavi, the reports that we just heard from Cavi, in regards to the dressing room. So when the thing with Sancho happened, he publicly hung Sancho out to dry, right? And then you look at what happened with Varane when he's like, he didn't pick Varane because of tactical reasons and things like that. But then you have players who are putting in stinking performances game after game, and they are more protected. So, for example, with Marcus Rashford now, he says we'll talk about that behind closed doors. He's not going to talk about that openly. So, if you're a player in there and you're saying this, bro, I'm being publicly vilified by this guy, but someone else who hasn't done anything, who has probably been worse than I have, is being protected. So, these are some of the issues that cause the dressing room to sort of start to turn against the manager. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
I think there's a lot of politics involved. I think you could really go down a rabbit hole with that Rashford and Sancho situation. I'm not going to do that for the sake of the preview, but because I think we'll be here all day. But I think it's no coincidence the fact that you've had, Jose, who's come here and finished second and said it was one of his greatest achievements. You then had Ole, who finished second with his team and done really well in that year. You had Ragnick come in for a period in the first kind of bit, which was decent. And then obviously that went horrifically wrong. And then the same again with Ten Hag. It's like first season and second season, it completely drops off. So it does feel like a theme. I'm not saying it's a blanket term to just cover it. And I agree there are specifics you can take out of it, especially with the manager and the way he's handled certain things. But this is a systematical thing for me. You're seeing it year in, year out. It's almost like a book. It's almost like we got to this chapter now. It's like, right, the players are throwing the manager under a bus. This is where we're at now, and you'll start seeing more leaks, and the pressure piles on. We'll end up losing, a game away against a big team, and then they'll go. And then there'll be an interim manager in for 6 months. And then it's like, oh, well, Ratcliffe's in now. It's a new future. It's a new dawn. They're looking at, I don't know, Potter, for example, let's say. He's going to, work with the structure now. It's going to be a completely different situation. And I guarantee you right now, we will be in the same position in 2 years' time. I guarantee it.
I agree.
I have no confidence at all.
I don't think it matters what manager comes in. Like, it does not matter. You can bring Zidane in, you can bring Potter in, you can bring De Zerbi in, anyone you want. It isn't changing this team. Like, this team is not going to change. Like, it's going to repeat the same cycle.
People said they wanted discipline, right? They said Ollie was everybody's best mate. Ten Hag comes in, discipline straight off the bat. Maybe there's mismanagement with Sancho, Rashford, whatever. I agree. But people ask for discipline, and he does this. He sticks to his guns with Varane, even though Varane's probably the best defender at the club. But he wants to play a certain way, and he wants partnerships in there, and you can't really rely on Varane because of his injuries and stuff. So he's sticking to his guns. He's not going back saying, oh, maybe I need to throw him in because we're starting to lose games or whatever, and people might call that blind and stupid or whatever. But he's sticking to his principles, and we wanted a manager who will stick to his principles and instill some discipline in his team. So why is now, not you two, but I don't understand why everyone's moaning now that there is discipline in there, and there is, people have to take responsibility for their actions in the squad. I just don't get it. These people, the same people who moan about that, were asking for Conte when fucking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was getting sacked. It's like, if you think this is bad, imagine if Conte would have come in. He would have ruined the whole thing. So, I don't know. There's a lot of questions at the moment, and I don't think they're going to get answered necessarily. I want to talk about the game if we can a little bit. Of course, all this news is being sparked because we had a disappointing draw in the Champions League. We had one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen against Newcastle at St James's Park. I think in the last 3 games, by the way, they on aggregate it's like 6-0 to Newcastle. The past 3 games that we've played them, they've absolutely battered us every single time, and that tide is really starting to turn now with the teams in the top half. Certain players down in tools, United going down the shit pan, and we've got a busy Christmas period against some tough teams. And if we don't start getting some points on the board now, like I said, the inevitable is going to happen. Sam, is it undeniable at this point now? We were talking about dropping certain players then. Certain ones need to be dropped in this one, right? Have to be.
They should be, but I don't think they will be. Like, I just don't think they will be. Like, I would love to see the team line up on Wednesday night, and I'd love to see no Rashford. I'd love to see Rashford not even the fucking squad. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Scott McTominay not in the squad, and like somebody like Hannibal or Mainu and Amrabat or something like that. I'd love to see that. Like, because then at least I could believe in something that Ten Hag has gone, right, these guys ain't doing it for me. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try something new and see what we can do. And if we still lose, at least we can go, he's tried something else. Like, he's trying something different to get reaction out of his team. At least we could have that to hang our hat on. But if he goes out and he plays the same players, if he plays McTominay, if he plays Rashford, if he plays people like that, he's got no one else to blame but himself in that situation. Because he has to see the last few games, these guys haven't stepped up. And I know we've singled out Rashford, I know we've singled out McTominay, but other players are at fault as well. Like, other players have switched off and not been up to it. Onana, for example. Like, it's not just a blanket 2 players are at fault. Like, each player has been at fault multiple times throughout the season. Dallo not checking his man a few times has cost us goals. Like, there's players throughout the squad who have been doing it. Anthony, again. So he needs to look and he needs to start picking a system that is going to stop the rot at the minute. We're just conceding every single game. Even if we score, we're conceding every single game. We need to figure out a way. We need to figure out a way that where that midfield is present and exists, because at the minute it's not there and teams are just bulldozing the way through. And you can tell it's the midfield because our defences actually look pretty good. And I think against Newcastle, we probably would have lost 3-4-0 if it weren't for Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. If it weren't for them two, if they weren't playing well, we damn well could have cost us.
Then also, Sam, at the same time, because we're playing Maguire, we have to play a deep line.
Exactly, so and that's the issue.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if we played with an actual structured midfield, we wouldn't have to play Maguire, and we could play like, do you know what I mean? Everything feeds into something else.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't change it and he goes with the same team, the same tactics, he's signing his own death warrant. He might as well just hang himself, because that's what he's doing if he continues to pick this thing. Like, it's not tenable.
I thought the Anthony one was bizarre because, right, you drop Anthony, that's fine. But I thought he was actually all right against Galatasaray, and Rashford had been shit. So against Newcastle, I was expecting Anthony to start, and then I saw Rashford on the right. I was like, that's not right, that's not right at all.
Chivy liked it. Chivy liked it and then regretted it instantly.
At the time, it was like, oh, maybe, you can see something. Like, I didn't mind it at the time, but after that performance, you can only just think, like, what's going on here? There is a weird kind of switch in Ten Hag's decision making that just isn't quite there, and I don't know what it is. It's bizarre. There were reports coming out today, Chivy, about the dressing room really missing Lisandro and Casemiro's presence, and obviously injuries themselves this season. But I can't help but think, I watched that Spurs game yesterday. I don't know if you did yourself, against Man City. They had huge, significant injuries throughout that full team, but still went toe-to-toe.
So did Newcastle.
So is that really an excuse, having Casemiro and Lisandro out?
It's a big miss. It's a big miss, but we shouldn't be reliant on them in terms of lifting the team. And if you look at Big Ange at Spurs.
Big Ange.
Yeah, Big Ange.
Big Ange.
I remember when did they have like 2 red cards and they were playing Highland?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah. So he was like, he has a way of playing. He's always going to play that way, blah, 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 blah. Different story yesterday. They were very pragmatic. They sat deep at times. City was piling the pressure. And they got them on the counter a couple of times. So he's recognized the threat and he's managed to adjust his team to a certain way. And I'm hoping to see something like that with this team. You don't have Casemiro, you don't have Lisandro, and you're falling out with Varane. That's fine. We can always sit deep because all the teams we've played recently with Everton needed a result, so they were going to come onto us. Galatasaray needed a result, they were going to come onto us. And we just played Newcastle, who were going to come onto us. We're playing away. You know, the crowd will be up. Perfect time. Nobody counter-attacks like Man United in the past few years. Like that's been our stamp ever since. Perfect time to sit back, be pragmatic, and catch them on the counter. And we're just
Fergie used to do it. Fergie used to do it all the time in Champions League games. All the time.
Bloody time. Yeah, all the time. Like you don't have to just take this style of football and just play it till just constantly. You're trying to do this thing that clearly doesn't work, and this is the reason why he's losing out on some of the players. But I don't know. I think yes, it's a big miss to have those three. To not have Casemiro and Lisandro, especially in the team, but it was like it was already falling out with Casemiro a little bit. So I don't know about that, but it's not an excuse. I don't think it's an excuse. I think we should have enough professionals, enough. We have quite a few internationals in the squad, so I don't think we need to rely on people like that. I mean, we've got a captain, right? We've got a captain there who's supposed to inspire the squad. But this is one of the reasons why I was never really a big fan of Bruno being the captain. I know he's extremely passionate, dedicated.
I think we all said it, didn't we? In fairness, I think we was all like, I don't know.
Sure.
Then
Well,
it's like, who else can you give it to? That was the issue at the time.
Yeah,
right?
For me, it's like I would have given it to Casemiro, because there's some guy I saw on social media. I don't know his name, but he made a really good point. He was like, if he is a player, like he would go to war for someone like Sergio Ramos. He would go to war for Casemiro. He's not really going to war for I'm not looking up to Bruno to as a leader. But anyway, to answer your question, I don't think it's an excuse. It's a big miss, but it's not an excuse.
Well, I think all the points you've made lead nicely into the two questions I've got for you both. So the first one is, right now as it stands, who finishes higher, Chelsea or United in the league?
I think Chelsea finish above us.
Yeah,
I realistically don't think. Realistically, I think we're going to be the highest we finish if we carry on this way. Highest we'll get is 8th. Highest.
Yeah, we'd have to have a dramatic turnaround in form, and at the minute I see no evidence of it. So until I see evidence of it, yeah, I'd say Chelsea.
Well, same question for the chat, whether you're watching it live or watching it later on. Who finishes higher in the Premier League this season, based off now, as the form is? Chelsea or United? Let me know. The next one I've got for you is combined 11. Do you want to draw me up a combined 11, Chelsea and United? Go for it. Used to.
I mean, Onana versus Sanchez, they're both shite. Both crap at the minute. Like, Sanchez is chucking stuff in his own net. Onana's chucking stuff in his own net. Like,
I don't think to the level that Onana is, though. In fairness, I think he has made a couple of mistakes, but from what I've seen, yeah. Do you reckon? I don't know. Not in the league.
No, not in the league. Onana's got more. He was the
Onana's
leading.
got 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said,
right.
Onana's got more clean sheets.
But then stats, Chive, you always moan at me for stats. Stats can be very misleading. Let's not forget that.
True.
They can be very, very misleading. So, again, this ain't my shout. It's used to, so you can throw it out.
Let's go Onana, because if he's got the most clean sheets in the league, then I'll go with that.
Is that what we're going to use?
If I had to choose just based on football, if I had to choose between Onana and Sanchez, I'd go Sanchez. Me personally.
You decide then, Nick. You already decided.
Right now, I'd have to throw Sanchez in there.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but Onana's, I lost my rag with him in that last pros and cons I did.
I mean, Onana makes a save, and then we're like, oh my god, he can save.
And then he chucks it, in his own net, like 5 minutes later.
The way he does it is very orthodox. He don't fill you with comforts. Even his hands in sometimes. And he's scraping the ball, and you're like, Jesus Christ, man, can you just pick that fucking ball up? Like, you're making me nervous.
There was a moment against Newcastle where the ball came in,
Yeah,
and he went
I
to
remember.
punch it and just didn't miss it,
Oh,
and then he
God,
did
yeah.
this, and he did like a star jump. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's he doing? Fucking
Oh
hell.
man, he does make you nervous,
You know
and
what's
that's
funny
why
about
if he
that,
makes
bro?
us feel nervous, think about the players, bro, that are in front of him.
Do you know what's funny about it? Because like obviously St James Park, they've got like a massive screen, and after that he saw the replay on the thing, and you could see him going, "Oh shit, they got that on camera." Right?
Oh, they've got me. They've got
Oh
them
my
there.
god, yeah, you could see it in his face, man.
Right, let's
Right,
shift
right,
through this.
right back. So it's Wan-Bissaka against Reece James. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, Dallo ain't gonna be in the
No,
conversation.
Dallo
with
ain't
this, so.
getting there.
Reece James for me.
Yeah, but is he going to be able to make a match? Because he'll do his hamstring or his cruciate at some point.
I'm
during the
just
game,
saying,
won't
like,
hypothetically, Sam.
he? He's
come
played.
on.
He's not played 2 games in a row since like 2019, I think. He's not played 2
Reece
games. In a row.
James, oh, he's a better right back than Wan-Bissaka. He is.
I'm outvoted, so like you.
Right.
I'm going Wan-Bissaka,
Okay.
but you go. You guys go.
Okay. Excuse me. The back two. Sorry, centre back partnership.
Can we have Leach or because he's not fit? We can't have him.
No, right now we're talking a fit player.
Yeah.
aren't we?
Okay.
Yeah. Right now.
Can we put
who's-
On
Shaw?
form, you'd have to put Maguire in there. I think
Yeah.
on form.
Can we put Shaw there as a centre back? Can we have him?
I don't know because he's played 1 game in it, so I'm
No.
like, I know he was good, but I don't know. I thought Badashil was good as well. I watched him in the last game. Badashil looked really, really good. Thiago Silva as well. It's even it's
Should we
like
go-
fine wine.
Maguire, Thiago Silva.
Oh, that's a
that
slow back line, that though. That is a
We're playing
sluggish
deep. Fuck
back
it.
line.
We're playing deep. Let's just play deep.
You have to sit him
Yeah.
literally right
That's
on
what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're doing that. Just keep the
Jesus.
goals out.
Chive, who are your shouts?
I don't know Chelsea's back for enough.
Well, you've got Disasi,
Oh, sorry, who?
Badashil, Thiago Silva, Colwell plays there sometimes.
Oh, Colwell. Forgot about Colwell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
put
yeah.
Colwell. Do
I'll
Colwell.
I'll go Colwell and what's his name? Silva.
This is a full
This is
Chelsea
just
team.
Chelsea at this point.
So Silva over
I-
Maguire though.
I'll put Maguire in just to try and keep United in the thing. So I'll have Colwell, but Maguire and Colwell for me. You picked it.
I'll put Maguire in there as well because of form at the minute. I think Thiago Silva's a very good defender, but
Yeah.
on form, I'll go Finger. Colwell in there. Left back, you get your man who we tried signing on loan, Cucurella or
Sure.
Chilwell.
Chilwell's
Shaw.
injured, isn't
Shaw
he?
in it.
Shaw-
Legend.
Yeah,
He's
he's
still injured.
Yeah.
All right, let's go Shaw then.
Shaw. Yeah.
Okay. Midfield. I'm gonna have to take my mic out. Just 2 seconds. Talk to me about midfield whilst I do this.
So we can't have Casemiro because he's out. And then
Midfield.
Casido's playing shite, isn't he? Casido's not playing well. Enzo Fernandez, we've got. Who else? They've got so many midfielders, haven't they? Jesus Christ.
Gallagher's out. Gallagher's got a red
Gallagher's-
card, so we won't be playing.
Gallagher's out. I'd put
Enzo's in there for me.
Enzo
100%.
Enzo Mainu. Did you go that?
Not over Casado at the minute.
He's been
I would-
shit.
yeah.
Casido's been shit though. He's been crap.
I know, but these Mainu's a kid. He's been good when he's good. He's
Menu's
good
had
at
how
Everton,
many,
but-
how many Premier League appearances? has he?
2.
Just the
So
one.
3, 2. So he's had 2 in the Premier League and he's had 1 in the
Champions
Carling
League.
Cup, as you guys call it.
I'm saying
Is that what you
I'll
want
say
to do?
Mainu and Enzo, but that's my shout.
Enzo Caicedo for me.
I'll have to put Casado in there. I can't, 115. I know he's not lived up to the thing at the minute, but I still think he's an half decent player. Is Bruno in the 10 then, lads?
Nope.
Oh.
Who plays 10 for Chelsea?
Good question. Who does play 10?
Gallagher's played there.
They do rotate quite a lot there.
Who's the other one?
I mean, if Nkunku was fit and playing, it'd be
Yeah.
my shot straight away, but he hasn't been. Let me see the last game, because they do switch up
Oh, why
quite a
would that
bit.
Mason Mount guy?
Gallagher. Mason Mount. Gallagher played there in the last game. Yeah, Gallagher's been playing. Cole Palmer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, stick him in.
Palmer. Yeah.
Is he a 10?
he plays well. He plays predominantly as a 10, but he can move out on the right hand side, like Mount basically.
He's played up front as well, I think. I'm sure he's played like.
He's a City player in it, so just, anywhere across that front line. Then your front three, I think, based on form, Sterling's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, right, over Anthony, like
over anyone on our right hand side.
Yeah, exactly. The striking one on the left wing's interesting. Who do you have up top, Hoyland or Jackson?
Hoyland.
Yeah, I'll go with Hoyland.
Hasn't got a Premier League goal yet, Hoyland.
Well, he did have one, but he was unfairly dismissed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how many Jackson's got. I'm gonna go
four.
with.
He's got four, 5, I think.
I reckon probably.
He got a hat trick. He got a hat trick at Spurs. Yeah. And then I'm sure he got another
six goals and 1 assist he's got so far.
There you go.
I don't mind him. I think he's a decent player, Jackson. But yeah, who are you putting in?
I'll say Hoyland. Yeah.
Okay. And then the left wing, we go for Garnacho. Who plays on their left? They switch it around. That's what I mean. You got Mudryk.
Nope.
Again, Sterling, Cole Palmer can play there as well. So yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. Whoever you want to put there.
I'm gonna Google Chelsea. What left forwards? I'm sure there's someone who we're missing.
Not in a minute. It's just Sterling.
Madueke.
Yeah, Sterling, Madueke, Mudryk. But Sterling's on the right, so I'd put Garnacho in there on form, I think.
Yeah, they haven't got a strong left-hand side, have they? If we're putting Sterling on the right,
I'd put Garnacho only because of that overhead kick. That's just
yeah.
In there.
And also, it's the United channel, and we've put like 3 players in there.
And the Galatasaray goal as well. Galatasaray goal was a good goal.
Yeah, as far as performances, I don't think him and Mudryk has been that different this season. So
I'd probably agree with
I'll just put it because of the overhead kick, but yeah.
So, our combined 11, I think 3 United players have managed to get in.
To be fair, I think we're a bit biased on Hoyland because if we're looking at returns,
I said Jackson, but it's up to you. So
I'm going to go Jackson. I'm sorry.
Okay, last minute change. Jackson is in there. So 3 United players now, I think. Sanchez in net, Reece James, Maguire, Colwell, Shaw, a full English back 4 there. Enzo, Caicedo and Palmer in the midfield, and then Sterling, Jackson and Garnacho. It's pretty damning on where United are at the moment. In a Chelsea team who are mid-table, I think, at the moment. So crazy, absolutely crazy. But just on Chelsea, very quickly, and then we'll get into the quick-fire questions. They've had a rough couple of years, spending a lot of fucking money at the same time. I mean, that patch under Fat Frank was just another level of, like, you think we've got it bad at the minute, Chelsea fans at that point, Jesus Christ. But Poch now seems to slowly starting to get a tune out of this squad. For me, like I said before, lads, I don't know what to expect from this Chelsea team because we touched on it before. They lost to Nottingham Forest, they lost to Brentford, but then beat Spurs, drew with City in a crazy game, and they've just beat Brighton with 10 men as well. So it's like, I don't know. It's a bit strange. On individuals, Chiver, who's stood out for you in Chelsea's team whenever you've watched him? You know, if you've been watching highlights or whatever.
Palmer.
Cole Palmer's been a serious player.
Yeah, he's you know how we're so impressed with Kobe Mainoo, how matured and calm he looks. Seasoned, yeah. He just looks like he's supposed to be there. He's not phased out by anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, just Palmer, like I never expected that at all.
On the manager, Sam, do you think we missed the boat on Poch?
It's yet to be seen, isn't it? I know he struggled with the first couple of weeks there. He's starting to look like he's got a thing. I think it's the jury's out on it at the minute. Like if he manages to get them into Champions League spots or win a cup or something, then there might be an argument made because then he'd be equal to sort of what Ten Hag did last season. But yeah, for me, he's not the manager that I wanted. Like I wouldn't want him at United. I don't think he's demonstrated any significant success as a manager. he's got to finals, semi-finals, etc. with Spurs, and then he went to PSG, where it's essentially a one-team league. So if you don't win the league, then you're definitely deficient in something. So yeah, he's not that guy for me, but it'd be interesting to see what he does at Chelsea. Like, I'm interested to see what happens because he's wanting to come back to the Premier League for a while. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with him this season.
There's always been that debate about Poch, hasn't there? Even amongst United fans. I remember us doing it years ago, but it feels like now. I do think it's a good manager.
I was really opposed to him coming because
I remember.
I was quite impressed with what he'd done, especially what he did with Tottenham. Like, if anyone is expecting him to go and win the Champions League with Tottenham, come on, that's you understand? Yeah, you don't do that. Like, but he actually took them to the finals and played.
That final was so shit as well. I remember watching that final, like, this is dreadful. This should not be the Champions League final. Awful. Yeah. But on his signings, Chiver, the ones that he's made, are there any that you look at and you would have gone for? You would have brought in at United?
Who has he signed? Did he sign Caicedo?
Yeah.
Signed Caicedo. He signed Palmer.
Enzo as well, I think. Did he not sign Enzo?
No, I think Enzo was there before him, I believe.
January. Was he a January move, Enzo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Was Nkunku January move?
He got made, I think, in January, but it got official in the summer. So I don't know if he was a player that he was already looking at. Let's just say the players that they've brought in, right, in the last year or so, any of them you would have gone for United?
Yeah, we all wanted Caicedo. I know it hasn't turned out to be perfect, but we all wanted him. We wanted, I don't even know if Pochettino wanted him or if Chelsea wanted him, because Todd Boehly just went on his own thing. So
yeah.
No. I definitely like Cole Palmer, like I mentioned. Nkunku is a good one if we're gonna add him to that, because Ragnick wanted him, and it's just a shame that we haven't really seen him yet in the Premier League.
I think he's going to tear it up. But he's not. I don't think he'll be back for the United game. But I think after that is when he should be in the squad, ready to play. So I'm eager to see how he does in the Prem.
Yeah, but apart from that, like, I don't really know. I haven't really seen too much of Chelsea this season, and I don't know, like, his signings, because it's hard to tell what is a Poch signing and what's a Bowie signing. So I can't really speak too much on his signings. Although I do like Obama, and that was a huge move to get from City.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A little bit risky as well, isn't it? 45 million. Academy. Why is City letting him go? A few questions.
He wasn't going to play. He wasn't going to play, was he? Like, you got Julian Alvarez, Haaland, Foden, De Bruyne when he's fit. Like, how's he going to get in that team? Like, he wanted to play first team football, so I think had to let him go, didn't they?
But that's what Poch is good at, isn't it? Identifying young talent. I know it's not necessarily his job, but he knows how to work with young players. He knows what kind of players he wants. And Cole Palmer, I think, is a prime example of that. Very quickly for you, Sam, any Chelsea players you would have brought in?
Yeah, obviously, like Chewy said, Caicedo's not quite worked, but I do think there's a quality player there. I expected a bit more of Enzo Fernandez. I think he's a good player, but maybe the price point has maybe put my expectations a bit higher than I probably should have, but I think there's a good player in there. Cole Palmer, obviously, and then I'm interested to see Nkunku, see what he can do. I think he's a serious talent, and I hope he's recovered soon and we can see what he does in the Premier League, because obviously Ragnick identified him for United, didn't get him, which is typical United. Didn't he identify Enzo as well? I'm pretty sure he did, didn't
he? Yeah.
We've been linked to Enzo for a couple of years.
Yeah, so it's like Caicedo was offered to us as well. Fucking Valencia set it up for us, and we didn't do that as well. So it's like looking at United's what could have been in it. Really, it's a bit depressing, but yeah.
To be honest, we ruined players anyway. So
yeah, it's true.
No one knows. We probably would have bought Nkunku in and just capitulated. Right, quick fire questions. Wednesday evening, I believe. It's got to be a late kickoff, hasn't it?
Amazon like 8:30 or something.
Yeah, no, 8:15.
8:15.
Yeah. Oh shit, Shah Sam just put you're all forgetting Lavia. They still have him. I've not even seen him play yet.
He's been injured, hasn't he? He's been injured, hasn't he?
Yeah, big injury. Completely forgot they signed him. Because they had that saga and something with Liverpool where they just like every target they went for, it was like, no, we're gonna get him. No,
Did Casino have like a medical booked as well at Liverpool?
It was close, wasn't it? I think Liverpool were announcing it, or it was close to getting announced, and it was like, nope, Chelsea are paying 115 now. Todd Bowley just fucked them over. But yeah, quick fire questions. United against Chelsea Wednesday evening. Will Sterling score or get an assist?
Yeah, assist.
He's never scored against us, has he?
I don't think so.
He hasn't. There's a thing about Sterling, like he hasn't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wan-Bissaka normally shuts him down, doesn't he? When he played for City.
There was a game where it was De Gea who completely just locked him out, and then the next game was Wan-Bissaka.
But he won't be playing on the left side, and I don't even know if Wan-Bissaka will be playing either. So I don't know.
I'll say no.
Okay. Who will have the most possession in this game?
Chelsea.
I say us, but we're not going to do fuck all with it.
Okay. So, yeah. Five-a-side, Chelsea and United all time. Go. Chive, you first.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't understand your question.
Five-a-side, United, Chelsea players from all time. Goalkeeper, centre-back, midfielder, two attackers.
Combined.
Ooh,
five-a-side. Peter Schmeichel in post.
Nice.
Because he's on his feet. Then two defenders. Oh, shit. God. Need to get ball-playing defenders. Carvalho, the defender.
Rio?
I'll get Carvalho and Rio. You have to get Wayne Rooney in there.
Yeah.
You have to get Cristiano in there.
That's five.
Is that five?
There's your five.
There's your five.
Oh, plus the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay.
Five-a-side, isn't it? Yeah.
Wow. Weird.
Why you pulling a face out? That's five-a-side.
He's so annoyed. He's so annoyed he can't pick 10.
That's five goalkeeper.
I thought that was like five players and then one goalkeeper.
If you want, you can have 5 players and 1 goalkeeper, mate. I don't mind. Throw one more in there. Same question for the chat as well. Get you 5-a-sides combined. Who? Hazard. Oh,
Lampard.
5-a-side. Oh, Lampard. I thought you said Hazard. I was going to say 5-a-side Hazard. Absolutely. Sign me up. But Lampard, that's fair. Sam, who is your 5? Try not to be as biased as you normally are.
Yeah. Well, I won't be picking Terry because I hate his guts. So he's not going in. Yeah. I'll put Van der Sar in just to be different.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Rio has to go in, doesn't he? He's a ball playing defender. I did like Carvalho as well. I thought he was a fantastic defender. So I agree with him. And then I'll go Scholes in the midfield. That's 4, right? So I need a forward. I'll go Robin van Persie.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can have an extra one because Chibi had an extra one, so.
Okay. And my super sub for Chelsea.
Enne. Could be Enne. United also.
Yeah, I'll try and fit a Chelsea one in though because I think it's fairer then. Trying to think who else I could pick. Iron Robin. He'd be good at 5-side, wouldn't he?
Iron Robin. Okay. Very interesting.
Players.
NT said, evening, I hate combined 11 and 5-a-side teams, and you've mixed them both together. Well, I don't know what to tell you, NT. I'm sorry. Paul Scholes, yeah, we were just mentioning him then. Paul Scholes would have to be in it for me personally. Right, from fantasy teams to starting 11s, or predicted 11s, should I say. Who are we going for, and who's going first?
You first, Nick.
I'll go first.
Oh, I've put Nick's up, so tough luck, Jimmy.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Chip. It's me first, mate. Right, Onana in net. Yeah. Wan-Bissaka. I did put Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
No, did I put Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah, you put Wan-Bissaka.
Well, I think that Dallow's going to start. I don't know why I put Wan-Bissaka there, but Maguire and Lindelof, I think, and then Shaw at left back. I think he'll play Amrabat, McTominay and Bruno because I think he'll rest minutes with Kobe Mainoo. I think he'll just manage it. And then Anthony on the right-hand side, Højlund up top because Martial started the last game and there was a bit of a bust up between him. And then Garnacho on the left. But that could easily be Marcus Rashford. It would not surprise me at all. So, yeah. Have you gone similar, Chivy?
Chivy, go.
I'm gonna go Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire.
Varane.
Yeah.
Are you trying to speak it into existence? Or
I'm just speaking it into existence.
Oh, okay.
He's willing it. He just wants it.
You guys always want me to do this starting 11 thing, well, so I've done it now, right?
Why do you hate it? Why do you hate it so much?
You guys want me to do it, I've done it now.
Yeah, you guys want me to do a predicted 11 on a preview for a Chelsea game, you inconsiderate arsehole.
What, you gonna make me do score predictions now? Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't care, just put whatever. I don't care, whatever it is.
Midfield, I'm gonna go with Amrabat and Maino as the holding, and I'll go Bruno as the 10.
Yeah.
And then in attack, I'm going to go with Garnacho, Højlund, and Anthony.
Nice.
Okay.
I know Amrabat and Maino is like a no-no for Ten Hag, but again, I'm just speaking these things into existence. Yeah. Hopefully, the universe will do its thing.
I've gone the opposite way of Chivy, and I've predicted it despite the fact that I don't want this team, but this is what I think he's going to go with. Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw as the back line. Mainu, McTominay, I'm sorry. Bruno, Rashford keeps his place because he's gonna. And then Højlund, because he obviously had a bust up with Martial, and then Anthony comes back in on the right. I think that's going to be the team, sadly. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he picks Chivy's team.
No,
I hope he picks Chivy's team, but I think this is what it's going to be.
MT saying, can't see Rashford being dropped, and I reckon we'll see Shaw at centre-back and Dalot at left-back. Not what I want, but hey, I don't want to see Dalot at left-back. That's... He has some good games there, and he has some really, really bad ones.
Shah Sam.
So you never know.
Ten Hag will never select that team, Chivy.
I know. That's why I'm just trying to I'm just hoping he does that.
Fingers crossed. Right, do you have a score prediction, Chivy?
2-1 Chelsea.
That's the exact same as mine.
3-1 Chelsea.
Damn, Daniel. Is this where we're at? Yeah. Damn.
Can anybody blame us? Like, really?
Well, can anyone provide a positive result in the chat? Because all those three have gone negative. So if one of you think we do win, leave it in the chat for us and leave your reasons why. Because I can't see it. To be honest, I really can't see it. I think it's going to be a horrible game as well. It's not going to be a nice game to watch.
Yeah, and there's going to be, if we win, it will be like a controversial referee decision. It will be like a offside or some stupid penalty or something. But there will be a
moment of brilliance, probably. I'm guessing, from a certain individual, maybe a Højlund or something. If we do.
Tim 99's going with 2-0 United, and he's put stupidly positive.
Well, we need someone to be positive in this day and age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're going to be tapping into that energy, to be honest.
Yeah, we're gonna need you, Tim. 3-0 to Chelsea, says Reyes. Another VAR decision going against us. Oh God. What day are we on? I don't know. Monday, right?
Monday.
Yeah, we play Wednesday night. So obviously we'll be live for that pre-match and post-match review. Tomorrow there'll be a new show. We're going to speak to a couple of people about getting them on during the week as well. So keep an eye out for that. And also keep an eye out for the members video because that'll be dropping at some point when I find the time to do it. So yeah, that'll be dropping. I don't know when, but it will be dropping this week at some point. Make sure you drop us a follow on socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, all that cool stuff. Subscribe to the channel, more importantly, if you aren't subscribed already and you're new to this page and you're just like, what the fuck's going on here? Hello. And leave a like on the video for us if you've enjoyed the preview. Chivy, Sam, thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one.